Hi everyone, my name is Becca. I just woke up and I'm going to teach you how to make a British cup of tea, at least the way that I have learned how to. So English tea is usually poured from a teapot, but being realistic, most British people don't do that anymore and drink tea from a mug like coffee. You can use any mug, like this Mulan mug, or this mug that looks like a biscuit, or this mug that says bossy. I don't know who gave this to me, I think it's sending a message. Or you could just use any normal mug, which I will do right now. So are you ready to go? Are you ready to go? We're going to make a cup of tea. So firstly, you're going to fill your cup of tea with hot water and plop in the tea bag with style. Your tea bag needs to steep for at least 2 minutes. Do not be impatient, it needs to be 2 minutes. While we're waiting, I'll give you some brief history on British tea. So British tea used to be really expensive and only the very rich could afford it. Tea was considered an extremely fashionable commodity, but the problem was it came all the way from China and took forever to arrive. Fast ships called clippers began to competitively race tea all the way to Britain. Tea smuggling even became a problem, even among respectable people who were so obsessed with getting their cuppa. And yes, cuppa is short for cup of tea, and now you have waited for your 2 minutes and it's time to continue. So now that your tea is this lovely color, you can get 2 spoons and squeeze the tea bag together if you don't have a tea strainer and pour in your milk. Whoops. Oh my gosh, sorry. Unlike the Asians, British people put milk and sugar into their tea, and this was the beginning of tea sets. While Asians had a simple bowl for their tea, British people had all sorts of silverware going on just to hold all the extra stuff. Maybe a little more milk. Okay, that's better. Stir that around. And wait until you have that perfect tea color. Oh my god, it's so beautiful! And now it's time to throw in your sugar, but don't actually throw it because that's not a good idea. No. I usually put in 2.5 teaspoons of sugar, just for good measure. Stir that around, and watch it swirl. And now you're done with your tea. And one last thing, you can raise your pinky finger, but be aware that the history of this custom is debatable. Anthropologists and sociologists believe that the elite would eat their tea goodies with 3 fingers, while commoners would eat theirs with all 5. The elite would basically extend their pinky finger as the designated spice finger for seasoning their dishes and not touching the greasy foods. Kinda gross if you ask me, but if you don't want to look snooty, keep that pinky finger down instead. And that's pretty much it. Nothing makes me happier than a cup of tea, and I hope you feel the same way. I am so glad we don't have to smuggle this anymore.